just I kind of read off some of our stats. We researched from some of our losses. In our 10 losses, we're averaging 56.7 points a game. In our losses on the road, we're averaging 58.3 points per game. Our 10 losses total field goal percentage offense, is 38.6%. On the road, we're shooting 40.2% from field goal range. 3-point percentage in all our losses, we're shooting 26.3%. On the road, we're shooting 30 in the losses when we lose on the road or neutral, true road or neutral, 30.9. We have 111 assists in all of our losses to 164 turnovers, and then on the road in our losses, we have 72 assists to 86 turnovers. Those are some stats just that we got to be better. And some of those losses, some of those things kind of are glaring. The other thing is, since Austin went out, we have played 47 minutes of basketball, and we scored, I think, right at about 60 points, in 47 minutes. So we have to score the ball. I mean, I thought yesterday, for the most part, defensively, we did a good job. When you're going to really hold a team on the road, because, obviously we fouled them at the end. They had to make some free throws. They really held them under 60. You got to be able to win the game. You got to be able to score over 60 points. We have to be able to score over 60 points. We held them to 21 the first half. I mean, obviously they scored more than that the second half, but part of it, we fouled at the end, so they got them over 60. So if we're holding a team at 60 or less, we need to win the game, and we got to win the game via – meaning we got to score. We got to score. It's important that we put the ball in the basket, and we're going to get back and work at that, and we're going to spend some time. Let me say this: I got tremendous belief in this group. I've said this before. Any loss falls on my shoulders, not on the players. I have to do better to help our guys be better. So that's on me. It's not on the young men on the floor. The loss goes strictly to me. That being said, we're going to get back and work and try to get ready, and we got to just try to win the next game, which is South Florida on Saturday, and keep getting better. A couple good signs. I mean, Shaq's starting to play well. Obviously, you would like to have Shaq playing at that level along with Austin, because that makes it a really strong combo, which he did for that, obviously, for that part there with Jacksonville State and Temple. So that's a good sign. I mean, I said this yesterday, our front line had 31 points and 27 rebounds between the three guys, and Nick King and Shaq Goodwin and Calvin Godfrey. So we just got to take care of the ball better, got to make some shots, got to make a couple of threes, we just got to be better and try to find a way to get a win on Saturday.
You talked about the offense. I don't know what East Carolina shot in the second half.
Shot a high percentage. Yeah.
So defensively, obviously when you don't have Austin, things change a little bit, but it seems like guys were just popping wide open. The Tyson kid, it was like a layup. What do you do to address that?
Yeah, Matt, the biggest thing was Tyson, really was a difference maker in that game. 41 and 34 had scored a total of 10 points in the last 6 league games combined. They think they scored 8 last night against us, so that hurt us a little bit. We just did not, and just in some areas we got ourselves, spread out a little bit, and that affected our defensively. We weren't on the help side where we needed to be, and like you said, our offensive and defensive schemes have been built around Austin, which, it should be. I mean, just offensively and defensively because of his shot blocking. I mean, we talked about that last year, not having that shot blocker where we had DJ Steffens in the back to protect us. And you look at our defensive numbers, and our defensive efficiency, if you go to KenPom when we had DJ on the floor, look how high we were ranked defensively to last year. Our defensive numbers weren't really that good. We didn't have a shot blocker back there compared. And look at this year, our numbers were really good, have been good for the most part, because we've had a really good shot blocker. So that has, even my first year with Will Coleman in there, we had a shot blocker. So not having that presence of that shot blocking ability, you got to change a little bit on how you play. And obviously, we had Saturday that happened. We had to give them off Sunday, and you're talking. We had to catch a flight at noon, so I had about it's not. I didn't want to bring him here at 6 a.m, so we had about a 2-hour window to try to change a couple little adjustments. But we'll have a little more practice time now to make a little more adjustments moving forward, knowing that we don't have that shot blocker, behind us.
What can you do to combat that, knowing that obviously teams are going to attack you?
Yeah, well, it started once Austin went out with Temple. I mean, the last 7 minutes, I mean, they went right down. They started just driving the ball. So, we're going to have to, make some adjustments. And good thing is we have 3 days of practice to make some adjustments. And but that's a huge factor in there, is having that shot blocker. Especially with a guy like Austin. I mean, just even pressing, you can press and gamble, and knowing he saved us a lot of times on the press where you just block a shot, which allowed us to get an easy basket. And defensively, you can play a little differently, and getting out there and really taking out the three. That was one of our things, really taking out the three, because you could really get out there and take out the three, knowing that if anything behind you, you had Austin right there. So that is something that that we'll have to make some adjustments on, which we've got the next 3 days to work on.
Coach, you've referenced in the past how much you hate losing and just how difficult it is on you. What has this season been like for you, given that you guys are 14-10 in games? I imagine it's been
Yeah.
hard.
Oh, no, I mean, losing, I get sick about losses. I take them very hard. I internalize them very hard. I don't sleep well. So, it's more, the funny thing is I've had a lot of people say, well, this will help you appreciate when you win. I says, baloney. I said, I'm the last guy that needed to know about appreciation for wins. I mean, I was talking about hugging wins when, in the years past. I never took a win for granted. So there's no lessons to be learned that I need to be learned about appreciation and not taking anything for granted, because I was one who did not ever take a win for granted or had not an appreciation for it. Part of it is just I just knew when we won a game, I could get it. I knew I was be able to sleep. I knew when we lose, it just not happening. So that takes out about 2 straight days of just stuff going on, and so mentally. But hey, we got to go win games. So if I want to sleep better, if I want to have internal peace, then we need to go win some games, and we got to be able to do that. But we'll get there. I mean, losing stinks. Losing's no fun. But you know what? We can't sit and feel sorry for ourselves. I don't feel sorry for us. We can't be pointing the finger. We can't be using it as an injury as an excuse. We got to go get the job done, and getting the job done. Getting the job done means we got to find a way to get the win. We got to play better. We got to be better. We got to score better. We got to defend better in key times. That's just what it comes down to.
You just said that anytime you lose, it's got to be on the coach.
Yep.
Well, you sit here 24 games into a season. Isn't it time that maybe those guys take some, and I'm sure that they are maybe behind closed doors and you're saying the right things to us, but is that going on back there? Are these guys taking responsibility for not playing as well as I know you expected them to?
Yeah, Mike, I mean, I've always been a believer that, when you win, credit goes to the players. When you lose, it falls onto the head coach, and I'll stick by that. And I mean, guys know they got to play better if we're going to win. I mean, certain guys got to step up. They're given opportunities. They got to take advantage of it. They can't point the finger or have the blame game and saying I didn't get an opportunity, because guys are getting opportunities. They got to produce, and that's what it comes down to. But I'll stick to if we lose a game, it's got to fall on me, because I'm the captain of the ship and the head man, and it goes on my record. So I have to accept responsibility.
You say you believe in them, but you only have 7 games left to really make something of this season. And you've told us that we can take you back to November 15th or December 1st or December 8th. I mean, it's always been the same. There's only 7 games left now.
You're right, but the season's not over. Stranger things have happened. As you know, I'm an eternal optimist, and who's to say we can't go win 7 in a row and then go win the conference tournament, and then we're in the NC2As, and everyone's here saying, you've done one of the masterful coaching jobs, or does it goes the other way? We don't win a lot more, and you're out early, and you're saying, boy, this was just. Let's look forward to next season. So you've done a horrible job. So I think there's still some areas to see what happens. Again, I'm not. Please know this. I am not using Austin's injury as a crutch, but I do believe if he had finished the game versus Temple, we would have won the game, and I do believe if he played yesterday, I think I believe there's a different outcome. But that's part of the game is injuries, so we have to accept it, and that's all part of it, and we've got to be better and still win games without without Austin. That being said, is once we get Austin back, if Shaq can continue to play like he's playing, I think that makes us a little bit of a dangerous team. But I do believe in our guys, Mike. I really do. I know our guys can get the job done. But I'm not a big talker about it. I mean, we got to do it. We got to produce it. We got to have actions. Actions speak louder than words.
Put your finger on what's happened to Trishawn over the last basically 2 years. He about 2 good games, scoring-wise.
We need him to be better. We just it's all between the ears with him. He's got to be better. I mean, he has to be better. I love him. He's a talent. He's got to produce at a high level. He knows he needs to produce at a high level. I got on him yesterday because he was being too passive. And I said, we can't have you out there just being passive. We need you to be aggressive. We need you to be a stud. And you scored 30-some-odd a game in junior college. I need you to score 30-some-odd a game. Go get it. Go get it done. However you get it done, go get it done. You got no restrictions from me. You got the green light, but you got to get it done. But if you're not going to get it done, if you're playing passive, then that doesn't help us. That doesn't help you. It doesn't help us. I didn't bring you here to be that. I didn't bring you here to be just a tag-along guy. I brought you here because you were scoring 30-some-odd a game in junior college, and you were a flat-out scorer. That's why I brought you here. And you've got the green light. I've never told him he couldn't take a shot. He's got the green light on everything. Even taking a bad shot, I give him the green light on that because I know he knows how to score. But he's got to get it done. He doesn't have any handcuffs. He's not in jail from me. He's got full ability. It's on him to produce. There's only so much at a point. He's got to get it done, and he knows it.
You said it's mental with him. You think for Ron leaving, I don't know how tight they were. He hadn't really
This is
really been good since.
this isn't junior high or elementary. If that bothers him, then he needs to, he needs to be better than that. Because if he allows that, then we're it's going to be hard for him to ever make it here then, or make it anywhere in life if he's allowed that. He needs to be better. If he's not better, if TB is not better, then it's going to be a struggle. He has to step up. He has a great opportunity right now because Austin Nichols is out, that he needs to step up. I brought him here. I've counted on him. He needs to produce. And if he's in there and he's not producing, I love the kid. I love him. Love him dearly. But I didn't bring him here to be a passive guy, to be a guy that just swings it around the horn and just go through the motion. I need him to be a high-level scorer. And he has green light, full ability, no restrictions. He makes mistakes on defense, and I'm okay with it. Because when I say I'm okay with it, I'm going to hold him accountable, but I understand that his ability to score. And so I need him to score, and he's able to do that. He's got a lot of talent. But it goes back between it's all of a mindset with him. If he's locked in, determined, ready to do it, he can be great for us. And he can lead us to a lot of wins. He can lead us, has the ability to put us on his back to get us to where we want to get to. But I don't mean to go on a rant. I believe in him. I really believe in him. And we need him to be at a high level. Like, he had those great looks for his Temple, those corner threes. If he makes one or two of them, we probably open the game regardless if Austin's plays or not. We win the game. He missed, but I had no problem with it. He's shooting about 19% from three-point range. I tell him to keep shooting. Keep shooting the ball because you're a scorer. So I want him to keep shooting. I want him to keep firing away. I want him to have the mentality to score, drive downhill. But we don't have time to wait either, because if we're going to wait for him to get going, what happens last night, what happened on Saturday will continue to happen.
Josh, is Saturday must win? I know
Every game's must win.
But I mean, it's a South Florida team that's lost 9 in a row. They're 1-10 in conference.
Every game where we're at right now is must win. It doesn't matter if I thought yesterday's a must win. I thought Saturday's a must win. That's how I looked at we were in a situation where we can't, because we're 14-10. Yeah, there might be some limitations right now, and we might have, obviously we've got to win a lot if we want to have any shot at anything, but every game right now, just, for our psyche is a must win. And we've got to play like that. Doesn't mean we're going to win every one, and let me just say this. I had no issue with our effort last night. I thought our effort was great. Our effort was great versus Temple. We just had some areas guys didn't make plays. But again, that falls on me. That's on me. That's on my responsibility. But I have no issue with our effort. Our effort's been great. Last night it was great. Our effort on Saturday was great. We just didn't get the job done. And getting the job done, falls on me, but that's where it comes down to.
Your thoughts on Coach Antibio? Obviously, he has a history here with this program.
Love Orlando. I've always said he's going to be a great head coach. Love his family. I think he's excellent. I think he's got a great personality about himself. He's got just a great presence. Obviously, extremely high IQ of the game. Great personality, like I said. I loved working with him. He's a dear friend of mine. And we had many road trips together and in recruiting. And he obviously helped Coach Cal, even beyond Memphis, Kentucky. There, win a lot of games with a lot of great players he signed.
How high or low are the chances Austin could come back? Are you evaluating him every 4 or 5 days?
I hope I get walk on the floor there and he's able to practice. I know he's not there because he's at study hall because he had to finish some things, but it's up to the good Lord whenever he feels he's ready to go. And I'm hoping I show up to practice tomorrow and he's practicing. So whenever it is, but until then, guys got to step up. A guy like Burrell got a great opportunity. He's got to man up and step up and get the job done for us. He scored 33 a game in junior college. I got no restrictions on him. He's got to go score. I don't care if he takes a first side shot. We need points. We need points. We need scoring.
Josh, real quick, you gave us a lot of numbers when you got here, but one number is second half. It seems that regardless of wins or losses, the Tigers seem to go down a little bit and the opponents seem to play better in the second half. Is there anything as you look?
Yeah, we're not scoring. We don't. But no, when you look at you look at things, there's. The start of versus Temple, we lost. I felt we lost the game at the end of the first half, and the beginning of the second half. We were lethargic coming out the second half. But again, that's guys got to come out ready to go. But that being said, guys got to step up. We need production, and so I don't care if it's first half, second half. We need production, and we need Burrell to be big time for us. We need Burrell to be big time. He was a big time scorer. I have no restrictions on him. I want him to score. He can take first side shots. He shoots 19% from 3-point range, and he missed those threes versus Temple. You know what I told him? I says, keep shooting. You're open, shoot the ball. You're open, you keep shooting. You put the ball in the basket. So if we're going to want to win games in this stretch, and even when Austin comes back, we need him to be a stud. If he's passive, it's hard for me to play him. It's hard for me to put him on the floor.